What's up, everybody? Happy Friday. Hope all you had a great day today. Getting into this episode of GH. Listen, Gladys is not playing. She is strolling around the damn Metro Court like she owned the place. All up in her robe, talking about something. Oh, what kind of spot? I don't have a bar or some liquor or whatever. Gladys need to go sit down somewhere. She is milking this blackmail for all she can get. She is not playing. And you know what? I'm not really mad at it because we all know it's gonna blow up in her face at some point. Like the gravy train for her is not gonna last. So she better get whatever she can out of it while she has it. She's sitting there asking a bartender for a bottle of Dom. I said a bottle of Dom. That shit ain't cheap. Dom Perignon. That is not cheap. She want that expensive shit. I was like, oh no, no. And she charging that to the company credit card? I said, oh hell no. Maxie and Sasha were pissed. They were like, what the hell are you doing here having a spa day when you supposed to be at work answering phones? Even Lucy is running around calling BLQ looking for this chick. She was like, where the hell are you? You supposed to be at work. Like, they all looking for her and stuff. And she talking about Brooklyn gave her the day off. Like, and Maxie was not playing with her. Maxie said, listen, get to work. I'm not playing with you. And Gladys was pissed. She's sitting there talking about, oh, I'm not going to be barked at by a fraud who needs a paternity test. I said, oh my God. And they thought that she was talking about Brando and Sasha. That's who, Brando and them thought that she was throwing jabs at them. Little do they know who she really talking about. But Sasha was sitting there trying to come up with excuses for Gladys. I said, oh, hell no. Talking about some, oh, Gladys has been through a lot. I'm like, Sasha, that woman, everything that woman has been through, she put herself through. Ain't nobody put her through nothing but her. That's the only thing. She put herself through hell. So don't sit there and try to come up with excuses and feel bad for her. Because Brando even said it. He was like, listen, at this point, that's his mama. But he was like, I do not blame you if you wanted to fire her right now. He said, I would not blame you. And Sasha, was like, well, she'll talk to Maxie and them and see if, they'll give her one more chance or whatever. Um, it was so funny because when Brooklyn was getting Charlotte ready to go see Valentin at the hospital and stuff, she had gave Charlotte a bowl of cereal, and Charlotte was like, I can't eat this. She was like, her dad don't let her eat sugary cereal. She was like, go ahead and eat that and hurry up and come on, because she was like, it's only one time that you're eating, it won't kill you. Did y'all see the face on Charlotte when she was eating that cereal? She was like she just discovered bread for the first time. Because I seen her face, I was like, why is she making that face when she eat the cereal? And then she was just doing like this with it. I'm like, it must be that damn good, I guess. Because like when you never had like sugary, like how some people just be eating clean, even like their parents have them eating clean and stuff. And the one time where they eat something with some sugar or a lot of sugar in it, they just go crazy like, oh, I just discovered fire or something. Like she just discovered something real good. Because Valentine would not have it if that little girl was up in there eating sugar all day. I can't blame him for not wanting her to eat sugary cereal. Like for me, I stopped eating sugary cereal like a long time ago. I don't even eat cereal no more. Like when I'm eating breakfast, I normally do oatmeal and scrambled eggs or egg whites. That's pretty much my breakfast. Um, I have not ate cereal in God knows how long. I couldn't even tell you. It's been a while though. Been a while. Um, so anyway, when they went to go see Valentin or whatever, apparently because Austin was there to see Valentin because he was like, listen, I'm done with the Quartermains. Austin was like, I'm not going forward with my lawsuit. He said, I'm finished with it. Um, and he even told Maxie, he was like, he's happy, Brooklyn made him realize how much more happier he is being a doctor. And he has a greater appreciation for what he has in his life already. Um, so, of course, Brooklyn was happy when Austin was like, he's done with the Quartermains and stuff like that. She was thrilled about it. It was so funny because when Charlotte went to go see her father, she was spilling all the tea about what Brooklyn be doing. She was like, oh, Brooklyn spends a lot of time with Chase. And I said, why are you telling your dad all this? Like, just giving up all the business. That's why you can't have kids around when you entertaining or when you doing something, because they be snitches. Oh, it be the kids. The kids be snitching on you the most. Like I grew up like that, like where my mother always told me, "Do not tell my business." That's and from there on, I do not tell nobody what my mother be doing, what she up to. Nope, that's something that you learn when you're a kid. Like Mind your business, grown folk business. Um, so Valentin and Charlotte scenes was nice as hell though, because he was like, honestly, because she was like, do you have any friends and stuff, and he was like, basically his daughters are his friends, well, his daughter and his legal daughter. um I say legal daughter because I think he's on the birth certificate, when they created one, I guess. So anyway, moving on from that, um Gladys comes strolling into the damn hospital and stuff like that to see Valentin. And Austin took note. Like, he took notice that Brooklyn and Gladys do not like each other. He noticed it. He noticed that. And I think at some point he's going to use that to his advantage, because he's going to find out what the hell going on. Because he made it perfectly clear to Maxie that Brooklyn, he's out for blood with her. He want revenge. He made that abundantly clear. My thing is, as much as I'm getting a kick out of Gladys like blackmailing Brooklyn, it's gonna have a bad ending to it, because if she keeps down this road, like, she's on a dangerous path right now, as usual. Every time Gladys puts her hands in something, it's always bad. Like, the ending result is always terrible, and this is gonna be just that, because I have a feeling that if she shares information with Austin about what she knows, then the whole truth comes out. All it's gonna do is bring Peter back to Port Charles. And that's why I said before, because somebody commented talking about I said that I wanted Anna to use a child as leverage, as bait for Peter. First of all, let me tell y'all something. For certain people that come on my channel, please listen when I talk, because clearly when you come in the comments, you're not actually paying attention to what I say. When I said that they should use Maxie as bait, I was talking about Maxie. I never said that they should use her child as bait. I said they should get Maxie's permission to use her as herself as bait. You know what I'm saying? Like, by herself, not when she's with the kid or nothing like that. No, by herself. Because not only is Peter obsessed with the child, he's obsessed with Maxie. So to get Maxie by herself when nobody else is around will work in their benefit to luring Peter out. Because you never know. Peter could pop up at the door to come see Maxie, whatever, sneak in her apartment. That's when you get him. That's what I was talking about. People really need to listen. Like, they really get on my nerves sometimes when they come in the comments talking and don't listen. It's like, listen, pay attention. Is like, seriously, I hate that. It's like, comments like that, it's like, did you not pay attention at all? Like, seriously. So yeah, anyway, this is gonna be a dangerous thing. Honestly, this is gonna be messed up, because if Austin gets his hands on that dirt, he's gonna inadvertently mess Maxie up. I don't think he's doing it on purpose, or he's gonna do it on purpose, but he may inadvertently just screw shit up. So they gotta be careful, because this is gonna have a dangerous result. So anyway, moving on from that, Anna and Finn were talking and stuff about Peter, and Finn was pissed. Finn wishes that he would have just killed Peter when he had the chance. Because of course he's still worried about Peter possibly coming back and snitching about what happened with them on the roof or whatever. And Anna wasn't really worried about it. She was like, please, if the truth does come out about what happened between you and him on that roof, people will probably throw you a parade. I said that is true. I said that is possible. People may just throw you a parade for it. I'm just saying. You never know. But then again, he might face some legal consequence. I don't think he will, because there's no proof of anything. There's really no proof of nothing. Unless they have cameras that show the fight or show what happened on that stairwell, there is no proof. Honestly, it's Peter's word against Finn's. And if I remember correctly, Peter doesn't even have no head wound or nothing like that. So there's no proof to anything. Even if he comes in, who's going to believe him? Who's going to believe it? So I think Finn doesn't have anything to worry about. Him and Liz should be in the clear with that. Speaking of him and Liz, he was asking her about her father, Jeff. I really think at some point they're going to bring Jeff back, because I'm hearing his name a lot lately. So I definitely feel like he may be on his way back to Port Charles. Elizabeth pretty much reiterated that they have no relationship. He's not an active father in her life. He's not an active grandfather. You know what I'm saying? Like, and I think it's a mixture with Elizabeth. I think she's angry, and I think she's sad about the lack of relationship with her dad. Not even just her dad, but her mom too, because I don't even think she has a relationship with her mother either. I believe her mother's name is Carolyn. She doesn't have a relationship with her either. far as I can tell, her and her parents are just not close. Um, so I think if Jeff does pop back up in Port Charles or whatever, maybe they'll get to that point. But I got a feeling that, Elizabeth is not going to be warm and welcoming if he pops up. It's going to be some drama. And I'm interested to see Jeff come back and find out what his excuse is for not being in his daughter life, not being in his grandchildren life. Like, what is the excuse? Because last I remember, her sister Sarah actually was close to their dad. From what I remember, Sarah was the one that was actually close to Jeff. So I don't think I don't think Sarah has any beef with Jeff. But Elizabeth definitely has just cause to, hate him at this moment. Like, she went through a lot in her life, a lot of ups, a lot of downs, and her parents were never there for any of that stuff. And that's fucked up. Like, it messes with you mentally. It really does. So as much as I can't stand Elizabeth sometime, and trust me, Lord knows for off and on I couldn't stand her, I have to salute her because she really is like a good mother. I can't even lie. Like, she does a lot for her sons. You know what I mean? I can't lie. She has done a lot of bad things, when it comes to men and relationships and stuff, but that's a different topic. But as far as holding it down for her kids and stuff, I salute it. Being a single mom and stuff off and on, and not really having a stable, relationship or marriage and stuff over the years. I salute that. She's always been hardworking and paying her bills, I respect it. So anyway, moving on from that, it was so funny because when Ava was at the diner, mind you, her and Nikolas are still at that damn diner. I'm like, why are y'all here for so long? Like, get your coffee, your food, and go. Like, why are y'all still here? She's sitting here telling Spencer, oh, Spencer, I can use another coffee. Spencer was like, that's your fourth coffee already. And he was like, a fifth cup might kill you. He said, you know what? I'll get you a fifth cup. I'll get you another cup. That was hilarious when Spencer said that. I will not lie. That shit was funny. He cannot stand that woman. And him and Nikolas continue to argue about moral high ground. Who has the moral high ground? In my opinion, none of y'all have the moral high ground. Spencer doesn't have it. Nikolas damn sure doesn't have it. Ava doesn't have it. None of y'all have the high moral ground. None of y'all. None of you have real morals. So it's like, why are y'all even arguing about this? I'm just so over Spencer and Nikolas with the back and forth arguing over the same thing. It's like, obviously y'all not going to resolve y'all issues no time soon. So it's like, why even keep interacting with each other? Because y'all just going to keep bringing up the same shit every 5 seconds with no resolve to it. So it's like, y'all might as well just keep y'all distance for the time being. It was funny though, because when Ava heard that Valentin was shot, she was gleeful as hell when she heard about that. She was happy as shit. And Valentin was, Nick was like, let me go to the hospital and go check on him. And she was curious, like, as to why would Nikolas want to go see Valentin or see how he's doing, of all people. Why him? Why do you care? So she was like, okay, well, I'm going to the hospital with you. So they go to the hospital and whatnot, and they bump into Anna. So Anna's giving him the rundown of everything that happened in Greece and how Victor is still alive. Now, pay close attention, because when she mentioned Victor still being alive, notice that Nikolas' ass was not surprised. He had that look on his face like he knew. Now, how could you possibly know that unless you already knew, like y'all been working together, or you've been in contact with him? So even Ava was wondering about that. Because Nikolas was asking Anna all these questions like, oh, did Victor say anything to you? Why would you care about what Victor Cassadine has to say to Anna Devane? Ava took notice of that too. And Ava started asking him once Anna left. She was like, what's your concern about this? Like, what are you hiding? And so he broke it down, and he basically said when he got shot, it was Victor who saved him. I said, these damn writers keep reconning this story, because he did say back then that a fisherman or some shit found him. I guess that was his cover story, because he didn't want nobody to know Victor was alive. So that was the deal that him and Victor had, that they would basically protect each other. Like, he would nurse Nikolas back to health, not tell anybody about him being alive, and Nikolas would do the same thing. And basically, he agreed to give Victor a base for his operations or whatever. So that's when I guess he got him the compound or whatever in Crete. My thing is, if Nikolas is hiding that, what else has he been hiding while he was gone? And something tells me that this traces back to Hayden too. Because I got a feeling if him and Victor are working together, because he claims that he knew nothing about Victor and Peter working together. I call bullshit on that too, because ain't no telling what Nikolas know. He probably just don't want to say he knew about that to keep his hands clean and out of that mess. So that way later he can't be charged with nothing or whatever. But I wouldn't trust him at this point because he definitely probably hiding more. Who's to say that he didn't have Victor do something to Naomi, kill Naomi? Who's to say that he didn't have Victor and his people snatch Hayden up and she's probably somewhere in Cassadine Island? With Nikolas at this point, I would not know. My thing is, Helena is probably clapping her hands in hell right about now, being happy as shit that her grandson is finally being the Cassadine that she wanted him to be. But at the same time, I know she's rolling over in hell because her great grandson is slinging hash and serving coffee in a diner of all places. And you know Helena would not go for that. Her great grandson, a Cassadine, serving coffee to folks, Helena would not have it. So anyway, you know, Ava and Anna was talking and stuff like that. And Anna gave her some sage advice because Ava was talking about, you know, me and Nikolas, you know, we're trying to have our happily ever after. Anna was like, good luck with that because you're married to a Cassadine, and when you're dealing with Cassadines, there's no such thing as happily ever after. I laughed my ass off at that because Anna did not tell no lies. She did not lie. You cannot have a happily ever after when you're dealing with the Cassadines. I think Ava's kind of deluding herself on that one. But like they say, love is blind. I guess she blind as hell. She probably Stevie Wonder right now. You know, just going crazy. So anyway, moving on from that, I can understand why Shawn would go to Spencer for help because at this point, Shawn is desperate to get a confession out of Nikolas. He needs some type of evidence. And Spencer is his only hope at this point. It was a risky move on Shawn's part. And I say risky because you never know with Spencer. He could have easily just went to Nikolas and was like, you know, Shawn is asking me all these questions about who shot Hayden and your involvement. Spencer figured out rather quickly that Nikolas was behind Hayden shooting once Shawn started talking. But he basically told Shawn that he can't, you know, turn his father in. Like, even if he found proof that his father had something to do with it, he could not, you know, send his dad to prison. It was kind of crazy to me because Shawn was sitting there talking about, oh, I was accused of shooting Hayden. Or I went to prison, you know, he basically was like, I went to prison for something I was accused of, but didn't do. First of all, you weren't accused, sir. You owned up to it. Even though you didn't shoot her, you took responsibility for that shooting. Nobody accused you of nothing. You took ownership of it. You confessed. There's a big difference between an accusation and a confession. You confessed. So let's just put it out there. But Nikolas was wrong for letting him sit in there all that time, knowing he didn't actually do that, though. That was jacked. So, of course, you know, Spencer just got mad and left or whatever. And Shawn had Spencer followed. And Spencer went to the pier and met up with Nikolas. Like I said, it's a risky plan because also the another risk to it is, I mean, Spencer and Nikolas are not on great terms right now. So who's to say that Nikolas would even confide something like that in Spencer, knowing that they're not on great terms? You know what I'm saying? Like, they're not speaking like that. Or every time they speak, they're arguing. They're on the out. So why would he trust Spencer with such information that could land him in trouble? You know what I'm saying? Like, I wouldn't trust nobody that I'm on the outs with bad information. You know what I'm saying? Like, with information that could tank me. I would never do that. So it's a huge risk for Shawn at this point. It might be his only chance. It's kind of like a Hail Mary shot at this point for Shawn. But all he can do is hope for the best and hope that Nikolas reveals something that can help him at this point. My thing is, I'm ready for this whole Hayden shooting thing to be over with and for Shawn to move on. My thing is, Shawn need to just confront Nikolas. If Nikolas confessed to it, even if he don't confess to it, beat his ass, get it over with. You know what I mean? Like, all this justice and stuff like that. Sometimes you're not going to get justice the way that you want it. Because we all know Nikolas ain't going to prison, so you're going to have to find another source of justice, I guess. Whatever works. I think that was pretty much the whole episode. So hit the comment section. Let me know what all you guys thought about it. And I will see you all Monday. Hope you have a great, great night. Hope you have a great weekend. Happy Halloween to you all. Hope you stay safe. And I'll see you all later. Have a great weekend. Peace.